Hello, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Hope everyone is great. Nice to connect again. Happy Wednesday. Let's see. Oh, we got a cat here. He's unplugging my computer. Thank you. Disturbing the peace, of course. So yes, good morning. Hope you're all well. Thanks for being here. We will get started in a few minutes. If you are watching the replay, we kind of dive in about the 5-minute mark with the breathing. Morning, Caroline. Thanks for joining. Morning, Mel. So for anyone who doesn't know me, I am Jennifer Main. I'm a transformational guide. I'm an initiator. I help people step up and step into their highest potential. And these series of meditations that I've been offering have been a part of that attempt to help people develop a deep and regular meditation practice. So thank you all, everyone who's been joining live. These have been really fun. Morning, Shuna. Yes, and good morning, Kat. This is Loki here, living up to her name. Yes, so we are taking the time this week and next week to look at divine virtues and what it is to really live the best of who we are, the best of our highest potential, and how to embody that instead of it just being something we strive towards or look towards or are inspired by. It's about living that inspiration. Yes, so that is the plan for today. So if you want to get yourself ready, make sure you've had some bit of water to drink. Make sure you've got a scarf or a blanket or something to be warm and comfortable with. Just so I don't forget. Oh yeah, if anybody wants to share anything that came up from yesterday when we were delving into courage and anything around kind of connecting with that courage yesterday, please feel free to share that. I'd be happy to hear about that. Just so I don't forget, this evening on Zoom, I'm going to be holding a full moon in Scorpio online ceremony. So we're going to be delving into this energy of Scorpio right now, which is amazing energy to do healing in, for letting go. And because it's a full moon, that's also about letting go. We've also got changing of the nodes, which is having a big impact. We're in a Pluto retrograde. We've got lots of stuff going on. So we're going to have some time in that ceremony to do some healing, to do some meditating, and to go deeper into kind of the transits and understand more why you're feeling the way you feel and what you can do about it. So that's tonight at 7 p.m. And I'll post a link, details on my website to join if that feels good for you, if you feel called to play. Morning, Elsa. It is a beautiful day. It's amazing outside. Dawn, I made it. Glad you're here. Morning, Lisa and Tracy. Morning, Sarah. Morning, Ellen. Yes, Emily, the sun is out. Good morning. Morning, Mary. Morning, Alan. First time here. Great. Morning, Rona. Morning, Liz and Julia and Lissa. Thank y'all for being here. Yes. So, yesterday was great. Yesterday was that was a really deep meditation. We cleared some big stuff on that. If you haven't had the chance to watch the one on courage, you don't have to do it before this one. There's not a set order you have to do these in. So at any point, if you want to go back or if you want to re-listen to the meditation on courage, I would encourage you to do that. And really allowing yourself to be a bit more comfortable in the discomfort and facing those fears. And today we're going to look at peace and what it is to embody peace, allow yourself to be in that space. Like yesterday's, this may not be the easiest one. We're going to look at some deep stuff here, some old patterns, habits, ways of being, do some healing with that. Morning, Jason. It is a glorious morning. Great to be here. Thanks for being here. So we're going to have an opportunity to delve into whatever it is that's stopping you from being at peace all the time. So hopefully that sounds good. Right. So what we're going to do in just a moment, we're going to start with doing a couple minutes of breathing. So if you can just get yourself in a comfortable position, whether that's sitting or lying down for the breathing, whatever feels good for you. And as you go through this, you're going to be doing kind of full body breaths. You're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, really allowing yourself to breathe deeply and to expand into that. Um, yeah, really just allowing yourself to go ahead and start that process of healing and letting go and surrendering. So if you have any intentions for today that you already know of, you can go ahead and set those. We'll have a few more minutes as we talk through. If you want to think through that or get some more clarity, that's fine. But if there's already some conflict or lack of peace in your life that you would like to focus on and resolve today, then yeah, go ahead and set those intentions and allow that to start to happen now. Morning, Julie. Right, so let's start some breathing. So if you want to close your eyes and sit back or lie down, and just in your own time, your own pace, just start to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And make sure that those breaths are nice and deep, that you are filling your lungs, not just parts of your lungs, not the shallow breathing that we can often do. And so that air is flowing in fully and out through your lungs. Morning, Julie. Nice deep breaths. And allow your body to respond to that. So really allow your chest and your stomach to move, to expand as you create space and spaciousness for the air and for that energy that it brings in with it. And as you breathe in, you're breathing in more love, more peace, more joy. And every time you breathe out, you feel more relaxed, more calm, more centered. Nice deep breaths. And sometimes it feels like the outer breath can be longer than the breath in. That's fine. It means you're just releasing lots of stuff. So if they're not the exact same pace or length of time, that's fine. Just do what works for you. Nice deep breaths. Keep breathing. And again, every time you breathe in, you're feeling more centered. There's more love, there's more light. As you breathe out, you're more relaxed, you're more calm. Your heartbeat slows. Your mind, your thoughts are calming. You can start to feel a bit more organized, a bit more focused, a bit more calm and quiet. Just allow yourself to feel the energy flow through your body as your blood pumps through your veins and arteries. As that air circulates through your body to your cells. As the energy around your physical and energetic senses relaxes, so that you can just allow yourself to receive. Feel any tension in your muscles, just melting away, releasing, letting go, surrendering. Just feel yourself sinking into your seat underneath you. Just really allowing your body to be held and supported without feeling like you have to be doing it all the time. Keep breathing into that. If there's any tension, any stress, any part of your body that's still holding, just breathe deep into those parts and witness that energy change. Feel your body change. And as you release, just allow your body to move into alignment. It knows how to do it on its own. Feel your joints shifting and changing, your spine realigning, your nervous system flowing and communicating. Take a few moments just to breathe into your brain and your nervous system. One of the big communicators within the body, facilitators of communication. All those connections, all that information flowing through you. You don't have to make it happen, just breathe into it and allow it to happen. Breathe deep. Okay, so taking a couple more nice deep breaths in. If you want to stay with your eyes closed for the next few minutes, that's fine. We're going to chat through our focus for today and what you can expect, what you can release. Morning, Lilia. Glad you're here. Morning, Katrina. Morning, Barbara. Thanks for joining. Yeah, nice to see all y'all. It's feeling different already. Great. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about virtues and about peace. For me, when I talk about virtues, what I'm meaning is your gifts, your strengths, those aspects of you that are divine. But I think what can happen a lot of times is we think of those gifts and strengths as being only applied at certain times or in certain places. But the reality is that we're meant to live those virtues every day. And the more that we live in that high vibration energy, the more that we live in that understanding that we are divine and that we can embody those strengths and gifts anytime and all the time, the easier it is for us to be who we really are, the easier it is for us to live our purpose. It just invites more grace into everything that we do. Grace is another day. We'll come back to that. Morning, Lorraine and Clementine. Thanks for being here. Peace is actually one of my favorite. Well, really, out of the 7 that we're doing, these are some of my favorite virtues or gifts to kind of talk about and to help introduce people to, or help them realize that they already have and can embody more. And it was a few years ago, I was doing an in-person meditation around Christmas time, actually. And I got the kind of nudge to focus on peace. And when I really went into that, I was asking more about the energy and the understanding of it. What came through really strongly is that peace is powerful. And that was really interesting because I'd never really thought about peace as being powerful. I think I'd seen it more as something that was passive, that was maybe more along the lines of giving up. So I didn't have a great relationship or understanding with peace at that time. And I think that's a common thing for a lot of people. And because when you do say things like peace or vulnerability or surrender, people associate that with giving up, with being defeated, with just having to be passive and accept whatever's happening without any capacity or freedom to change it, without any ability to impact. And that is not at all what peace is. The reality is that peace is power, and it is powerful. And if you can think about, the countries, the cultures, the people that you know of that are the most peaceful, that really deeply embody and understand peace, there is a strength and a power that is there. And the way that we come about creating that or living that or embodying that peace is really having a deep understanding of who we are and why we're here, and not fighting it. We spend so much time over the years cultivating these identities and, listening to the conditioning and the projections and, whatever we've learned growing up, which is what other people have known or understood. And And what happens is at some point we start to fight that because we know it's not true and we know it's not aligned and we know it's not who we are supposed to be or who we're meant to be. And so it starts this internal conflict and this internal battle within us. And we start to fight ourselves. We fight the world around us. We fight ideas we don't agree with. We fight things that feel wrong or unjust. It creates this turmoil and this conflict within. But the reality is that as you heal that and as you start to let go of those senses of identity or roles or you know, just those aspects that are not you, when you really start to understand who you are, you automatically become more aligned. You start to make choices that align with that, and you stop attracting conflict in your life to show you what you are not. And that's for judgments and contrasts. We have contrasts in the world to help us recognize on some levels what we are, what we like, what we desire, what we want to live, and also what we don't. But for me, it's just allowing yourself to get out of that conflict and the contrast of that and judging what you don't like so that you can just really recognize what you do like and who you really are. So hopefully that makes sense. So in order for there to be that sense of peace, there has to be a willingness to let go of the fight, to let go of the battle, to let go of that sense of conflict and drama. Because the reality is that when you let go of that conflict and drama, when you become the peace that is within, and that's always my goal, is to be the presence of peace in any situation. When you become that presence of peace, that is when you are impactful. That is when you have the power to create change, when you have the ability to influence or impact or lead or again, whether that's just yourself or your family or that's a bigger sense. Because when you come out fighting, all that does is it creates more conflict, it creates more drama. But when you become the presence of peace, people are able to connect with that. They're able to hear you, they're able to understand you. So I'm going to encourage you today to set the intention that you're willing to give up the fights, not in a sense of defeat, but in a sense of it's not worth fighting and it's actually not going to accomplish what you want it to accomplish. The fighting just creates more fighting. And if you can let go of this need to be right, I know that our egos and our little selves love to be right. We want to be right. We want to prove ourselves right. We want to prove others wrong. We feel good when we feel like we're right. But if we can let go of that need to be right all the time, then that can create that inner peace so that we can actually listen and understand whether we actually are or not. And something that would also be good for you to have a look at or consider today is the extremes in your life. If there are lots of extremes in your life right now, that can be with the relationships, that can be your own emotional self, or if you find that you find yourself in these patterns where you're super busy and then you just got to crash out for a couple of days, or you're getting along with everybody really great and then everything just blows up, or you feel like you're doing really well, things are amazing, and then you just spend a couple of days just being pissed off at the world. So whenever you're in those extremes, that is an indication that you're lacking alignment and that you're lacking peace and that there's a conflict and there's a misunderstanding and there's a misjudgment in that. So again, sometimes we're trying to create that contrast to try to get clear on what we want. But if there's a continual pendulum swing, or if there's always this internal battle between two sides, that shows that there's a part of you that's not understanding yourself, that's not really understanding what's happening, that's trying to see and know the truth. So if any of that resonates with you, then set the intention for that to be understood and resolved today. Morning, Claire. Yes, I agree, Allison. So Allison setting the intention to let go of extremes in the fight and the need to be right. Absolutely. Perfect. Absolutely. So today, as we go through the meditation, we're going to be focusing on peace, obviously, but also your own power and empowerment. And actually the truth about power. Let me say something really quickly about power. Power is not abuse. Power is not pain. It's not suffering. It's not selfishness. It's not corruption. Those are abuse and lack of power. That's all fear-based stuff. True power comes from peace and love. When someone is really powerful, they're operating from that energy of peace and love and kindness and compassion. If they are abusing those things, that's not power. That's abuse. So don't confuse the two. Power is a good thing. And also, I want you to set an intention and get some clarity and focus on, we talk about the language that we use with this stuff. I think we need to change, because we talk about our power being taken away, our peace being taken away, these whatever being taken away. None of these things can be taken away from you, because they are within you. You can choose not to live them. You can choose to let other people influence you so that you're not employing them. You can choose not to be peaceful or powerful, but nobody can take that away from you. So get that kind of that language or way of looking at things out, because it's all your choices. It really is all your choice. So this is about you really recognizing the peace and the power that's already within you, and amplifying that and allowing that to grow. And whatever's getting in the way of that, that's what you surrender. That's what you really let go of. So yes, we're going to look at power. We're going to go through that inner knowing of yourself, your purpose, that inner understanding. Recognizing that there is still flow and movement to peace. It's not overly passive. There is still growth and creation within that peace. It's about having clear sight, hearing, knowing, the clarity of the senses, so that you can feel more at peace and understanding of the world around you. There's a willingness to resolve your conflicts that need to be right, and letting go of those extremes. And then this real capacity to surrender, and surrendering to truth, surrendering to alignment, surrendering to integrity. So kind of for me, it's this combination of having these integrity built foundations, but still having that flow of water with it. So those might be good imagery or feelings for you to have today. And we're definitely going to connect with the throat and with the muscles and lymphatic system as well. So let's get ready. So if you need a quick drink of water or anything, do that, and take a moment and get comfortable. Sit in a place or in a way that your body can really relax and settle. So if that means having something behind your back, or sitting in a way that you can sit up straight so you're not slumping or slouching, it is good to have a bit of a straighter body and spine, but have something supporting you within that. Or if you can lie down without falling asleep, then that works too. So taking a couple nice deep breaths, go ahead and get settled. Lisa, yes. Setting intentions to resolve extremes, conflict, let go of the need to be right, and just surrender. Perfect. Great intentions. So taking a couple nice deep breaths. And to start with, just bring yourself into your heart. Focus on your energy. And if you're feeling scattered, you're feeling a bit all over the place, you're feeling distracted, I want you to just take a moment. Just imagine your energy being more present, more whole, and more here in this present moment, in the now. Anything else that's going on today can wait until after. So imagine setting it down. Breathe deep. And take a moment and just feel into your energy. Just start to get a sense now of how much peace is there and how much conflict is there. Just start to create an awareness of what's happening within you at the moment. Notice the conflict, the turmoil, the battle, the fight, the judgment within you, whatever you're struggling with, whatever you're fighting against. Breathe deep and allow yourself to connect with it. These may be issues that have been going on for years. They might feel more present, more now. Just notice that energy of conflict. Allow yourself to really see what it looks like, feel what it feels like, hear it within you. Because when you start to recognize it, you can start to let it go. You can start to heal it. Allow yourself to recognize what parts of your life are in that conflict. What parts of your life feel out of alignment, out of sync, out of flow. Their relationships, issues with work, problems with your home, with money, issues with your schedule, your time. Their conflict with your body, with movement or exercise. Is there a battle with food, with rest, ways to nurture yourself? What aspects of your life are you fighting with? And how much armor are you wearing? How many weapons are you holding? How much of your energy is that battle consuming? So take a breath and go within. And ask yourself, what is it within yourself that you are fighting? Those aspects just represent parts of you. So, what is it within yourself that you are fighting right now? And just receive the answers. So even if you think you're fighting governments, fighting hierarchies, fighting viruses, fighting death, whatever you feel like you're fighting in your life, it's really about you. What am I fighting within myself? And as these realizations come through, I want you to make the decision to surrender. And you're not surrendering to defeat, you're surrendering the fight for something better. So, all the wars you've been waging, everything you've been fighting against, surrender now. Surrender your armors, surrender the weapons. Take a moment and go into your muscles. All that fight your muscles have been holding on to, all the battle they've been fighting through. Let's show your muscles and show your body how to be strong, how to be powerful without the fight. You can be skilled, agile, fast, without needing a conflict to fight your way through. And ask your muscles what else they need in order to surrender, the positive things they want without needing a fight to give it to them. And then take a moment to connect with your lymphatic system, which runs through the body. It's part of you that helps carry waste away. It's a big part of your immune system as well. And it's the movement of your muscles that pumps that moves that system. For a lot of us, that system is on edge. It's anxious. It's scared. And it is working on overdrive. But the reality is that your immune system knows how to function with beauty and grace. And it knows how to identify what's good for you, what's supporting your health and well-being, and what not. So when you feel into that energy of your immune system, your lymphatic system, if it feels on edge, overworked, in that panic response, I want you to breathe into that now. Breathe in love. Breathe in peace. And any fear within the collective that you've been tuning into, allow that to release as well. Because your body knows what to do. It knows how to take care of itself. So breathe deep and recognize the discernment and the wisdom within your muscles and within the lymphatic system so that you can be more at peace. And you can use that energy for better things. So now that you've laid down those weapons, you stop the fighting. Bring yourself into your heart. And into those parts of you that are wholly aligned, that have integrity, courage, and wisdom. I want you to take a moment, really open up your intuitive senses. I want you to see the truth about yourself, the truth of who you are without the fight. See the truth of who you are as a being of peace. Really feel that within you, that potential, that possibility, being the presence of peace in the world. Feel it through your body. And bring your awareness up into your throat, to that center of expression. And hear what it would be like for you and the world if the words you spoke were words of harmony and words of peace. Instead of shouting against injustices, screaming about what's wrong, crying through pain and suffering, what it would sound like and be like for you if all that was healed. And that if your words were poetry, harmony, and music for the world. The harmony within you. That sound is evidence of alignment, of truth, and of peace. So, whatever within you is not in that harmony, allow that to heal now. Surrender it. Breathe deep. Bring your awareness up into your head, into that center of knowing. I want you to focus on any knowing, any thoughts, any beliefs within you that contribute to conflict, that contribute to your suffering. And that stop you from being at peace. And just allow yourself to become aware of those thoughts, of those beliefs. Any part of you that's holding on to that need to be right, to prove you're right. And just feel all of that flowing away. Feel it changing. Feel all of that transforming. Any of those thoughts or beliefs that have been stuck on repeat over and over and over again, allow them to be washed away now. Those thoughts and beliefs are not you. They are not who you are. So let go of the conflicts and the contradictions within you. The need for judgment, the need for contrast. Get out of that pendulum swing, that back and forth between extremes. Come into the center of you. That true you that understands peace, that understands truth, that understands alignment, that understands integrity. And feel the power in that. Feel the strength and the power in those foundations. Feel the stillness that's there and that vibration of peace. And allow yourself to recognize in that energy of peace your capacity to receive information, to hear, to see, to feel, to know. Within that peace, you connect wholly with yourself, with everything around you. And feel the vibration of it. There is a movement, there is a flow. And embrace that capacity to receive within that peace. How the power within that peace can empower you in your life. Allow yourself to witness you as the presence of peace in your life, in your world. And the impact that you can have simply by being that presence of peace and allowing the world to respond to you. I am peace. I am power. I am the presence of peace and power in my life, in my world, in my creation. I am. Breathe deep into that energy of peace, power, of surrender. Feel it in every cell of your body. Through all of your energy and beyond. Imagine and witness your capacity to create within this energy of peace and power. And by being that energy of peace, by being peace itself, witness your body heal. Witness your life transforming. Witness your expression evolving. And you really be who you are. Allow these understandings to flow within and through you into every element and aspect of your life. Breathe deep. Surrender. Become peace and peaceful. Feel this in your physical body, through your organs, your systems, the breath, the beating of your heart, your skin. Allow it to be in every physical cell of your body. Really feel it and witness through your physical body. Take a moment with your eyes closed to just stretch. Feel your muscles stretch, releasing anything that's left there, and feeling the peace in your muscles. taking a few nice deep breaths, and whenever you are ready, you can open your eyes. Oh, that was powerful. So if anybody would like to share any insight or healing with the group, anything that came through for you, yeah, we would love to hear that. So what I would encourage you today to do or be is keep bringing yourself back to that energy of peace and being that presence of peace. And if you're on social media, if you're having conversations, if there's something in your life that feels like it's triggering some conflict or some drama or anything like that, is just to remind yourself in that moment to be that presence of peace, and ask, what could you do or be as that presence of peace? Yeah. So it's good to just keep coming back to that. So that peace, that surrender, and that power, and feeling empowered as that presence of peace as well. Yeah, and just keep coming back to that energy of being aligned, of being in harmony, of being having integrity. Yeah, anything along those lines is going to help you to bring that more and more in. Thank you too, Julie. So tomorrow, we're going to be back at the time, and we are going to be. Sorry, my mind is struggling to remember what we're doing tomorrow. Just trying to look that up. Generally, that's what we're looking at tomorrow. Yes, and what it is to be truly generous, without obligation, without a give and take kind of thing. So we'll delve more into that tomorrow. But today, if you just want to spend more time in peace, then please feel free to do that. Again, I'll be holding a webinar this evening if you want to do some more healing, if you want to do some more meditating. I'll put a link to book on that if that feels if you feel called. Elsa, depth. Yes, and that is what peace is. There is such depth to it. It is, yeah, it is whole. It's amazing. Yeah, glad you experienced that. Nice and powerful. Good. Lots of tears. Good. Relinquish the fight. That's perfect. That's amazing. I'm so glad. Yes. Oh, I love you guys too. Thank you. Shuna, what a relief to put the armor down, right? It is really heavy. Yeah, and that's the thing, is we don't realize that we're carrying all that stuff, that we're putting up all these barriers, that we've got all this protection in place, until we start to focus on letting it go. And then we realize how much energy and time and effort we've invested into it. So yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, Barbara. A lot shifting. Good. Grateful to you too. And very deep shifting here. A power wish thought before you even watching it. Perfect. So you were ready. Absolutely. Thank you, Jan. Oh, Allison, that's a good question. You pulled the activist card last night. Where does that fit in with peace? Yeah. So for me, true activism comes from a place of love and care and a desire to create change. But I don't think we do that through fighting. As soon as people start to fight, we don't hear each other. We can't understand each other. And there's got to be a capacity for us to hear and understand each other for things really to change in the world. And fighting keeps us in that back and forth. Whereas if there is a true spirit of activism, it's a desire for things to evolve and grow and change, which that is a heart-centered, peaceful place. So I think if we can make our activism more whole and wholesome, and really focused on what we want to create as opposed to fighting what's wrong, that there's a very different energy in that. So hopefully that makes sense. And I forgot to say, I pulled the temperance card today, which definitely ties in with peace. With temperance, there's an element kind of the definition is of controlling yourself, but I would change that control energy to moderation and harmony, and recognizing what's good for you, and all those things are about bringing peace as well. Sarah, thank you, Julie. Yeah, Mel, took you a while to get out of your head today. I didn't realize you had so much conflict within. Yeah, and again, that's until you focus, you don't know. So it is good to kind of spend some time focusing on the more negative elements, just to create an awareness, and because that's when you can shift that. So if it took a little bit of time, that's all good. Thank you too, Luciana. So Kirsten, I keep saying peaceful me at the allotment. Yeah. So yeah, and a lot of people will say that, nature and plants can help them, remind them of that peace. Yeah. And so that's great awareness to have around someone else guiding your feelings, so that you can do that for yourself now. So once you have the awareness, you get to change it. That's exciting. Thank you too, Emily. Saw myself traveled on a tunnel into the present moment, thanked and left the storylines behind. Oh, I like that. Reintegrating to the earth. Hope you have a beautiful day too. Thanks. That's very cool. I like that. Verona, thank you. You're watching the videos. I hope that they make a difference for you. Definitely. Kirsten, that's really kind of you. These are absolutely for free. There's no obligation. I have had some people offer to send a donation. I'm absolutely fine. I can send you a private message if you want to do that for me, or if you're wanting to, or I'm happy for you to donate to a cause or charity that you feel passionate about. Either one's fine, but I can message through that. But I'm happy doing these as I get a lot from this too. It's not just one way, I promise. Thank you so much. Tracy, days. Okay, so maybe come back a little bit. Let's see, with inner soul and reaching goals. So that's the point. I think with anything that we're doing that involves healing, is going to help you clear your stuff so that you can connect with you as a soul and reach your goals. So anything that you're doing to heal is going to help you with that. But yeah, maybe I can have a look at doing some meditations on moving forward. That might be good. Claire, struggling to let go. Yeah, this is the thing, is that there's got to be that willingness, and as long as part of you is refusing to let go, that's what's creating the conflict. So what I would do in that situation, what I do is I go in and I ask myself, what am I afraid will happen if I let go? What am I afraid will happen if I surrender? Because it's just a fear that's keeping you holding on. So if you can start to question those fears, they start to unravel, they start to fall apart, because they're not true anyway. It's just part of you believes that. So if you can sit today and start asking myself, what am I afraid will happen to me if I let go of this? What am I afraid will happen if I surrender? And just start to work through that. That awareness will help to start shifting that. Just peaceful. Okay, yeah, interesting. And that happens a lot. People think, that's in the future, I can't do it now. Who and what we are now is what creates our future. So it's about doing the work now. So I would say maybe go back and do some more work on releasing the conflict, meditating on that, seeing what you need to do that, and about feeling peaceful now and knowing that's what you can create in the future. Definitely. Thank you, Dawn. Cool. Yes. Thank you, Alison. Yeah, there's loads of resources through here for sure. Right. So tomorrow we're going to be connecting with generosity. And I hope y'all are all having an amazing day and week. And I know some of y'all I'm going to see tonight. The rest of you, I will connect with you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so